Hi there everybody, we're back for another fossil prep video. I haven't been in here for a week. I thought I'd give it a rest and do a few things around the house, but now I'm back. I'm going to attempt to do this piece of ammonite from Speeton. I did crack it with the hammer and it didn't come out quite right, but we're going to prep it down properly and hopefully we're going to have a nice big piece of Speeton Ammonite on our hands. Well, here's the nodule I found on the beach. Just looks like a normal nodule. Now, like I said, I did hit it with the hammer and it did actually break a piece of the ammonite inside. So I've glued it back together and we're going to prep it down properly with my 3mm chisel tip. But it's a nice big piece of ammonite. Can you see the ammonite? There it is. It's quite heavy as well. It's just on the bottom there, look. Just peeking out. Like I say, it's not a big piece of ammonite, but the way it broke, it didn't break the way I wanted it to. And I cracked a piece of the ammonite inside. So I've glued it all together. There it is, coming from the other side there, look. You can see it there. So we're going to prep it down and we're going to have a nice piece of ammonite. So let's start prepping. Well, I've been on this specimen probably around about half an hour now, and you can see the ammonite's coming out. It's got some nice cracks in it, so the rock's pretty easy to come off so far, and you can still see parts of the ammonite shell there. So this will be a nice piece of ammonite when it's finished. Shame it's in this big block, but there we go, can't have everything. Right, so we're an hour into doing this piece of ammonite, and I've you see it there? There we are, we're focused in now. Yeah, that piece of the ammonite came off. It's like a node. So I've just glued it back on. It's at about 15 minutes to set. So we're going to continue prepping now. I haven't done bad in an hour really, have I? Right, so we've been on this specimen 2 hours now, and I think it's probably got some spikes on it. If you can see from that. That one, like I said, was coming off, so I've glued it back on. Looks promising, like this particular ammonite has got a few spines on it. I hope all the rest of the spines are there. Lovely. Well, just doing some prepping, and this is how I like the rock to come off. That piece just here has just, if I can get it off, just clicked off like that, and that's another big piece of rock moved off this piece of ammonite. Right, so we've been 4 hours in now, and you can see I've removed quite a bit of the rock, and the ammonite is coming out quite nicely. You can see the ridges on it, and it's still got some original shell on there, which was good. I'll do a little bit more, and then I'm going to have a rest, because I do get carried away when I'm prepping, and you know, you can spend hours and hours and hours. So hi there everybody, we're back for part 2. This is day 2 of this fossil preparation. I've been on this for about 9 hours now, this specimen. I've just got to remove a huge piece of that rock there, but you can see it's coming on. You can see where when I actually smacked it with a hammer, where it actually broke off the specimen. So I've just super glued that back on, and I've added a bit of extra super glue just so it doesn't come off when I'm prepping this big piece of rock off. It's coming out though. Right, so here we are so far with it. I've exposed most of it round here, and I've actually found, don't know if you can actually see that there, if I can zoom it in, just there, it looks like a jaw. I'm not sure if it's a fish jaw or what. But I'm going to take this piece off around here and keep that and see if I can get it identified. But it looks quite interesting. Well, I've been on this specimen now for roughly 25 hours. I didn't want to film all the prep work because obviously, you know, it's very boring and you don't want to see people drilling for, you know, a lot of minutes. So I've skipped on a bit, and this is how the ammonite looks now. It's coming out really nicely. It's probably going to take me a further 3 to 4 hours, and then we can start think about taking the little pieces of rock off and then polishing. But it's looking quite nice, and I'm pleased I took it, because those spines on them look really nice. Yeah, so this is the ammonite so far. You can see where I broke it off when I hit it. There was a big piece there, but managed to glue it back on and prep it down. And oh yeah, the nodes on it are absolutely gorgeous. But this is only a section. It ends just at the bottom there, but it's still got most of the original shell on. Trouble is, some bits, like here, have been very, very sticky. So we're going to have to go with the smaller tools to get that off. But I've just got this big lump of rock at the bottom here to get off, which is going to probably take me 2 to 3 hours to get that off. But yeah, it's looking good. And this would have been a huge Speeton Ammonite. Like I say, it's just a section of it. But can you imagine when it was all? It would be absolutely superb. But yeah, it's took me a long time, but it's been worth it. So we'll continue doing some more prepping now, and yeah, lovely. Right, we're 27 hours in now, and I've just come across this. Not quite sure what it is, whether it's a crinoid, I don't know, but it's got some strange formation to it. Not exactly sure what it is. Very strange, but it's pure black. You know, I accidentally hit it, and I've just gone around it. I'll go around it and I'll pop it out. I don't know exactly what it is. It could be a crinoid stem, but then again it could be maybe the end of a shrimp. I don't know, but it's very interesting. But it's the rock's coming away okay, as you can see. So another couple of hours I reckon, and then I'll have the that off. So then I can start doing the finer work, removing some of the rock, some of the sticky rock that's actually on the specimen. And after I've done that, then it's to polish the specimen. But yeah, it's been a very interesting piece, this one. Right, so we're roughly about 29 hours in now, and I've managed to remove, whether that was a crinoid stem or a piece of shrimp, I don't know, but this was from Speeton. So we've just got that bit to remove there. You can see it's still going round there. So once I've got most of this rock off, I'm going to take all the smaller pieces of rock, which requires a finer pen, and I've got a couple, so we're going to be doing that. But I think once it's done, it's going to be a nice piece. Right, so I've got most of the rock off. Now what I need to do is I need to tidy up the bottom piece. So we're going to be doing a bit of grinding, making that look all nice and neat, the base. And then I've just put my finer point on for the finer wet, just to get the little bits and pieces of rock that are still left on the actual shell. Yeah, so we're going to smooth the base off, which is what we're going to do. So have a quick look now, and then we'll start doing a bit of grinding. Yeah, so I've took it as far as I think I can go, looking at this, to be honest. So we're just going to tidy up the bottom piece here. We're going to do a bit of grinding on that. tidy that up, making sure you wear a mask, because obviously I've got asthma and it won't do me any good. And then we're going to do the finer points by taking some of this really sticky rock off with my finer tip. Yeah, so this is the TT pen I'm using from Ken, and I've got a finer tip on there, as you can see, and it's perfect for getting little pieces of rock off which are quite sticky. So that's what we're going to be doing after we've been doing the grinding and the base. Yeah, so it's very important when you're doing any kind of grinding is to wear a mask, because all the dust and stuff that comes off, it's really unreal, you know. So to protect yourself and to protect your lungs, you definitely need one of these masks. So we're going to do a bit more grinding now, and I will show you the finished product. Right, so we've used the grinder just to make it look a bit smoother, a bit neater, and I know there's a great big crack going through it, and I didn't want this this bottom piece to fall off, so I went easy with it, but I think that's probably the best I'm going to get. So now we're going to start with taking off all these small pieces of rock that were a bit sticky that were left on. That's why I've got the finer pen. So we'll start that now, and then after we've finished that, we'll polish it. Yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to clean the fossil, get any excess muck off it. So we just give it a clean. Always do this before you polish the specimen, so you get any dirt off. You see, look at that colour, how it's coming out nice now. Shame it's so sticky really, the rock. If I had an air blasting tool, there you go, you can see it's coming off nicely now there, look. Just getting any excess muck off there before we decide to polish, which is nice. Yeah, if I had a bit of a better tool on getting some of this sticky stuff off, I could get most of it off, but I don't, so there we go. There we are, it's coming up nice now, isn't it? This must have been a really, really big ammonite. I mean, just look at the colours on that shell. Absolutely lovely. There we go. Job done. Right, so I've gone and got a few little pieces off where I need to, but like I said, it was very, very sticky, and because I don't have like an air blasting tool, I've done the best I can to get the excess rock off, and it don't look too bad. So instead of trying to damage it even further by penning it, I'm going to varnish it now, and I think it'll look really nice. So we're just going to put some bit of varnish on now, and I reckon it'll look quite nice. Yeah, not too much at first, until you can see what you're actually doing. Yeah, I love the nodes on this particular ammonite. It's a nice piece. I think it's a ectramorph ammonite, I think. It's a very nice one. Well, a piece of one anyway. You see the coloration as it's going darker there? Looks quite nice. Yeah, it's going on nicely now. It's covering nicely. Yeah, it's good, this varnish stuff. Really brings out the colour in the ammonites. Don't know if you can hear that, but it's very, very windy outside. We're having some serious wind. Yeah, it's a nice piece, this, actually. Yeah, in all it's took me probably about 40 hours to prep this, being very careful not to damage everything, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's going on nice and beautiful now. Not too little and not too much. yeah, I'm glad there's a little bit of shell left on it. It's quite a nice piece, to be fair with you. And yeah, most people would walk by it. But I am glad that I picked it up and spent the time, because it's a piece of history, isn't it? You know, I mean, the sea would have eventually worn it away, but I've saved it, so it's good. So there you have it, the end product, all nicely polished and finished. As you can see, the polish gives it a different sort of colour. Looks nice. Yeah, I think this piece has come out quite nice. That'll sit nicely on one of my shelves. And if I can just turn it round, at this angle you can see it better. You can see the nodes on the actual specimen there, but I'm pretty sure this was an ectomorph. Yeah, it was worth the time to prep. It's a really nice piece. So if you've liked this video, like and subscribe, and we'll be doing a few more prep videos, because I've got quite a few bits and pieces to get through. So thank you all for watching.